Hello, good morning, happy vlog. To be totally honest with you, I haven't filmed in like a week and I've barely worked on any crochet stuff. I needed like a full reset to get my life together that's not crochet related. So there's that. In this video, we are going to be prepping for my market. I have a market coming up tomorrow. It is just a standard market. I know I've talked about a Shrek market coming up. That one's not it. This is just a local one for me. I really love the woman that puts them together. They're small, they're cute. So all I need to do to prep is get my Square app up to date with all the listings. So what needs to get done is I need to add all the things I've been making because I've been really behind on adding things to my website in general. I need to create listings for them even if I don't get photos of them because I know what they are at the market. So that's the plan. I'm not even going to worry about taking photos today. I'm just going to create listings for them so I can ring people out at the market. Then what I have to do is I have to go through all the items in my website and kind of group them and change the price of them and group them into similar pricing because I don't have like an aesthetic anymore. Last year when I was doing nothing but markets, I kept like a very good farm aesthetic and everything had like nice organized pricing. But I've just been making stuff randomly and pricing based off of what I think my time and like skills were valued at for the item that I made for the video. So now what I have to do is go through and I have to actually like group it in a way that makes sense at the market to say like all of these things are $40 and all of these things are $25 and so on and so forth. So that's the plan for today and I'm just gonna film while I work on it and it'll probably be like less yapping, more of you watching my computer screen or watching me while I work. And then we'll be loading my car up later and I'll try to film for that. We'll see. Hopefully it won't be too dark, but I'll try to film me loading up my van so you can kind of see what that looks like. Because I have a lot of stuff. I'll be taking my 10 by 10 tent. I'll be taking 3 8-foot tables. Sorry, I'll take 3 4-foot tables. I may even end up bringing like 2 6-foots and a 4-foot. We'll see whenever I get out to my garage. I'll be bringing 2 chairs. And then a lot of bins of stuff, like probably 4 to 5 bins of stuff. Maybe even like it might end up being in boxes because I just have so many things. Okay, we'll get to work. Oh, I also wanted to add that I will do a market recap in the next video. So you'll get like clips of what my market setup looked like, and then we'll go over all the sales I made, if any, and what kind of money I made, and how my Square website app helps me do checkout and analyzing my sales and stuff like that. That'll all be in the next video. So check back in a couple of days for that and we'll do the market recap over there. So this one is just prepping today. It's literally just following me for the day, getting stuff done and checked off my list to prep for tomorrow. Okay. Oh, Square updated recently. This looks different.
so great for me because since leaving the church, I don't have like a bishop to turn to. And Gabby fills in that like spiritual void that I'm missing. Were said online that I'm like, either that's not true or it was fun, like discrediting the Marciano situation. Like I was.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Okay, so I've kind of worked through the way I want to set up my pricing for all of my like plushies, and I think you were able to kind of see that in the last clip. So I've decided that I have my one giant horse priced at $80, and that is a very technical, a lot of sewing project, and I individually placed all those strands of hair. So that is just his own entity. And then anything that's listed as jumbo is 45, anything that's listed as extra large is 35, large is 25, medium 20, small 15, itty bitties are 8, and keychains are 5. So I'm going to finish categorizing all of my plushies into one of those and organize them that way, and that way I'll have them set up on my table. I feel like I am going to do it in order of large to small, because I don't really have similar things. Before, it would be anything on the table, sitting on the table was itty bitties. Anything on this level would be this price. Anything on this level would be this price, because I would have, ducks, pigs, cows, chickens, and all different sizes. Now that I don't have that, I think I'm just gonna go either largest to smallest or smallest to largest, that idea, and have all my keychains, all my itty bitties, all my small, medium, larges, and go from there. I probably won't even like list those on the signs. I'll just have price tags in front of them, but in my brain, that's how I will keep track of what the price is for those. Yes. You are silly. You are a silly little kid. Okay, so I'm going to keep going on this, and then I will double check all of my... After I get this part organized, then I will go through and make sure all of like my hats, bags, accessories, non-plushies are all the same pricing. And then last but not least, I need to set up my bargain bin, which will be all the things that are listed as prototypes. I did have a video about that one day where I went through all of these old bins and I decided to list all of these prototype things on my website. So there'll be things like shawls, baby blankets, plushies, all of that. I think I just need to look at what the prices are for those and either agree on one price for the bargain bin, or I will need to pull all of those things out and individually like sticker them. I want to see what the spread is on those prices first. So that's next on the list. I will film intermittently here and there, but I don't want to just like bore you guys with a bunch of screen time and music. So we'll see. I might just catch you up at the end. Welcome to my van. It's a mess, but we're gonna watch and we're not gonna judge, and there'll just be a time lapse of me loading it up, I think. Hopefully my daughter doesn't get in the frame a bunch of times, because that'll be a pain for editor Jerry. Okay. Oh my god. That was so expensive. Hang on, I gotta... Yeah, it's everywhere. Okay, so a lot has happened. Tried to film me loading up my van, as you saw, and that didn't work because I found out that mice have infiltrated my garage, and they got into my wagon that was full of wooden crates that I would take to my event. That wagon and all those wooden crates was covered in mouse poop. So we're working through it. I reorganized all my bins. Went through all of my market stuff that I have, like bags, tablecloths, display items, since some of my crates need some serious TLC. I ran across some items that I don't remember seeing when I was going over my pricing. So I'm gonna look at these and make sure these are priced correctly. I also forgot that I have these two geese that don't have legs on them yet. Wait, here they are. These, they don't have feet on them. I gotta get those on. And then I have some geese costumes that I never added to the website. What else? Oh, I also remembered going through my stuff that at my very last market that I attended last year, my picture frame fell and broke that had like all of my find me, pay me information on it. So I have to go through that and redo that. And then I have to do something for pricing. And at this point, I'm considering on just taking cardstock and a Sharpie and handwriting the prices, because all of my pricing before was, like I've said a million times in this video, pricing before was by groups. It would be like cows, pigs, horses, chickens, ducks, and geese. Like they were all grouped. And now I'm just gonna group by price. So I think I'm just gonna get my cardstock and my paper cutter and just cut the cardstock real quick. And then I can take a Sharpie and handwrite the prices. So that's what I'm thinking. The last thing I have to do is find my market bag that I would take to all my markets that has my square reader in it, my backup battery, my binder clips, my tape, my scissors, all my emergency market stuff. It also has my iPad holder on there that flips so people can pay and check out on my iPad. So I have to find that bag. I think it's in my room. But I've had a rough night since trying to load the van. But we got to get it done. The good news is the market that's happening in 2 weeks, that's the Shrek market, is like a really big deal. So this was a good practice run to get my shit together before that one. Because the one tomorrow is a much chiller vibe, so it's kind of a blessing that we had to go through this today. Okay, everything's loaded up. I found the bag with all of my market stuff. I'm charging all of my things. I'm charging my square reader, iPad, my backup batteries. Good to go. In the morning, we just have to grab all of our charging things and our market bag and a project bag. Work on something while we're there. Okay. I will see you in the next video. For a little recap, you'll see how I set up my market, and we'll see how I do in sales. Thanks for watching. Bye, bye, bye.